Manever I say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there, osia dem yopo.
When we came into office, the crisis that faced us was very difficult. In my own imagination, I thought that we'll need about 2 years to begin to see a turnaround. That's what I thought. But Ebenezer, this is how far God has brought us. We're all surprised and shocked at the quick turnaround. Anytime I meet the IMF officials and the World Bank officials, they themselves cannot believe, what has happened in Ghana. So Ghana has now become the poster boy, of the IMF and the World Bank. So when they go to other African countries, they say, don't you see Ghana? Look at what Ghana has done. And that's why I say, it is only the grace of God. It is only the grace of God. To bring inflation from 23.8% to 5.4% in 1 year, how did we manage that? For the first time to see our long-suffering Ghanaian currency, the cedi, that has been taking a beating over the years. Dollars have been arrested, they've broken jail and all that. For the first time to see the Ghanaian cedi appreciate by 37% in 1 year, it's only God. It's by His grace. The IMF gave us a primary balance of 1.5%. And 2025, our primary balance is 2%, higher than the IMF gave. And so, God has been good to us.
You're watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. My name is Moro, and I'm here with Shamima Muslim, who's the deputy presidential spokesperson, and also Sylvester Tete, who is a former MP for the Botiano English Amount from, and also a former deputy information minister. Now, let me just do this quickly. Someone has just sent me a rejoinder, which is from the Education Ministry, in relation to the allegation that you made, the claims that you made, which is a re-echoing of what the minority said in that press conference, which was led by Vincent Assafuah. Now it says, Ministry of Education denies scandal over sanitary pad procurement. And this is November 26, 2025. So this is yesterday. So it was issued. And it says that Dr. Clement Apaak, the Deputy Minister of Education, has denied allegations of alleged corruption and scandals surrounding the procurement of sanitary pads for schoolgirls. He described the claims of pads being sold at 45 cities as chop bar arithmetic. Now, the New Patriotic Party MB Minority Caucus in Parliament on Tuesday, November 25, accused the government of profligate spending under the free sanitary pass policy for schoolgirls in basic and senior high schools. Addressing the Parliament press corps in Parliament, Mr. Vincent Assafuah, who is the MPP for Old Tafo, cited figures from 2025 and 2026 budget statement to back the caucus's concern. He said a simple calculation based on the total number of parts purchased implied that the government procured each pack at about 45 cedis, far above the prevailing market price ranging between 25 and 15 cedis. Now, the statement here doesn't give us further and better particulars about what makes Vincent's allegations false. It just says it's not true. Maybe I need to, the gentleman who sent me this from the Education Ministry, send me the fuller, press statements. Let me listen to what, or if you have the video, let's have it. I want to hear what Dr. Clement Apaak has to say in terms of his explanation why the disparities between the figures, 45 and 25, indeed, if that's the case. Now, let me also do this quickly, otherwise I won't be able to make time to read it. So Idi Muktari from Adenta says that, good morning, please ask Mr. Slide to calm down. The aggression is not helping. Is he intending to bully the lady? What he's doing doesn't make us enjoy the program as we used to do. His energy should be directed to the leadership of the MPP party and to that of the sorrowful minute minority in parliament in order to sit up and to stop the unnecessary boycott and the pressures of irrelevance. We are all observers of this government in place. Ghana is working again. He should give us a break. Musa Batwa from Assafuah says that Moro is surprising that Sly is taking offense at his comments being described as lies, yet he continues to peddle untruths about the sanitary pad procurement. You cannot make blanket claims and, when asked to provide evidence, shift the responsibility to the host to investigate. This is not a posture of a serious opposition, but that of the destructive individuals. This conduct is inimical to Ghana's governance system. My regards to the elder statesman Dada Ato Ahoy. Samaku Kelly from East Legon Hill says, good morning, Moro. What is Honorable Sylvester Tete saying? Is he talking to Ghanaians or residents of another country this morning? Yes, governance is a continuum. But if he claims the NPP government came and completed the E-block started by President Mahama during his first term in office, why did we have the double track in our schools for all the 8 years in office? If for over a whole year, the NPP is still not acknowledging the hard facts about why they were voted out, then the road is still a long one for them in opposition. Shama, you do all. Today we are getting a lot of shout-outs. Anyway, so Sandy Saliu says that is anyone surprised about Honorable Sylvester's submission? How did he manage to smuggle 24 economic policy into the discourse? How about a book our dear President wrote and the correlation that feed into the discourse? It makes wonder that Honorable is still in the cycle of grief, perhaps the denial stage, but I can understand that with all her great dancing panache, hence boogie will never attract the hawk. Good morning. Okay, I get it now. Sali Salihu. And then Reverend Jones Latte, your very good, your uncle, Reverend Jones Latte, Shaima. Reverend Jones Latte. Yes. Apparently he's in town. Yeah, you know, he has to. You know, this is what he says. He says that he says that, good morning. There's an old adage. This is what's coming from him. That reads, make new friends but keep the old. Tell Sharma and Sylvester that nobody has ever won gold in past trophies. And then he continues, who said that in 2 years all these villages will have toilets? That's lie, remember this promise. Now, Vincent Assafuah, you are calling my number. I believe there's something. Is it a case that you have something to say? If indeed that's the case, Bright, please call Vincent Assafuah and find out what exactly he wants to say, because he's been calling my number. I guess that he maybe has some quick inputs to make into this matter. But anyway, so Bright, please call Vincent Assafuah. Let's find out what exactly he has to chip in. Now, good morning. This one here is from Seteya. Says, good morning. It's interesting that Sly has soon forgotten his past. Paid $2 million for SkyTrain that never materialized, $12 million for Palugo irrigation and no-show, millions of dollars spent on listing of Ejapa Gold royalties on London Stock Exchange and no-show, $80,000 for spare parts for each ambulance, more expensive than the ambulance itself. The IMF and all the Bretton Woods institutions and rating agencies equally made the same predictions in 2016. And President Mahama assured Ghanaians of better economic conditions from 2017 to 2028. 28 of the E-block came with boarding facilities. Oh, okay. So Vincent actually wants us to call him. So Bright, please call Vincent. I guess that he has something he wants to quickly chip in. Yep, and then Tafai Namreha says, how do the MPP have no shame at all? They talk too much, not knowing that Ghanaians don't want to listen to them at all. Sir Obama says that, Sir Obama, I should tell you that he says hi. He says hello. Yeah. Yes. Sir Obama. He says you're doing a good job. You're doing a good job. So I'll read the final one, and then we'll try and reach out to Vincent Assafuah. I guess that he has something very important to tell us, to share with us. Now, Al-Hassan Sise says that from Zenu Central, says, good morning to everyone, especially my sister Shamima Moro. He says, Moro, it's easy to be relevant when you're speaking with facts and figures. Since Honorable Sylvester is unable to provide a sanitary pass allegation, he will continue to struggle to be relevant. It doesn't matter how much it is Honorable Sylvester is talking about the IMF being their brainchild. He says, wow. Okay, so Dr. Clement Apaak is also calling. I guess he also wants to make a quick intervention on what we're talking about. So, Doc,
Yeah.
hello. Doc, we're going to ring you. We're going to ring you. Don't worry. We're going to call you right away. Okay?
Good.
Yes, we'll call you right away.
I'll respond.
No problem. No problem. No problem. Doc, we're going to call you right away. So please hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. So, Bright, please call Dr. Clement Apaak as well. I've done something for the first time where I've picked a call on. So Bright is going to call you too. You know, that's the beauty about this show. It's that's why it's a show. You know, we don't hide anything. I mean, people want to want to give a response or a rejoinder, would allow them to do just that for as long as it's directly related to the matter under discussion. So would ring them shortly, and they will get them to tell us exactly what they have to say about this sanitary pad matter, because it keeps coming up in our conversation. You know, I mean, look, the fact of the matter is that everybody watches Good Morning Ghana. You know, because if we say something here, you don't come and, you know, how do you call it, respond appropriately to what we're saying, it remains there, because I don't know everything. None of us knows everything. Nobody is a repository of knowledge. And so if you're watching and somebody says something, you say it's not true, you want to tell us what your truth is, you let us know, and then would because when people say things here, Ghanaians listen, Ghanaians take it as the truth, because it's a platform of the truth. Where we know we have the counterfact, we'll interrogate it. If we don't have the counterfact, we'll not pretend. Otherwise, we'll become a laughing stock. We don't want to do that. So we're more than happy to. Manche Bruce has sent a message. It says that Moro, Sly did not lie. In fact, while the market price of the pack of sanitary pads was around 15 cedis to 25, government documents indicate that the Ministry of Education was procuring them at approximately 44 to 45 cedis per pack. Based on this 2025-2026 budget statement, 6.6 million packs were procured at a total cost of 292 million cedis, resulting in an estimated cost of 44 cedis per pack. To call him a liar is very condescending. No, she didn't say he was a liar. He said what he's saying is not true.
I don't speak like that.
Yes. So I rather think that we should be educated on the discrepancy. Manche Bruce the second. So this one, dear Manche, you're not right. Shamima will never call anybody a liar. I mean, no Shamima for more than 20 years. She will never call anybody a liar. Anyway, so Bright, please put them on. Let's do this quickly. We may not be able to do the MPP, upcoming presidential primaries because
I
of
have
time.
a word. I should have a word.
Yes. So do we have Vincent on? Yes, please put Vincent on. And also Dr. Clement Apaak, he wants to respond
2 minutes,
and set the record straight. 5 minutes each. Yes, set the record straight on this matter.
Important.
It's extremely important.
So
okay, so Niama, thank you very, very much. He sent me the video of who's on the line? Vincent. Is Vincent on? Yeah. Okay, Vincent. Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning, Moro.
How are you?
Moro, I'm okay. How are you too?
Please speak up a bit. I can hardly hear you.
Yes, I'm okay. How are you too?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Moro.
Wonderful. Yeah. I don't know whether it's from our side, but you are not that audible. If you can speak up.
Is it okay now, Moro?
I think it's better now. I think this is much better now. It's much better now. Good. So, talk to me. What do you have to say? You've been monitoring that conversation.
First and foremost, let me say a very good morning to your discussant and to your cherished viewers. And
hello, Vincent?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Hello, Vincent.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, so I was saying that first and foremost, let me congratulate your discussant, especially Sly, for doing a very good work this morning.
Thank you.
So, number one,
Vincent. We appreciate that.
Under no circumstance did I churn out any numbers that was from me or from elsewhere, apart from government source books. And when I say government source books, I mean parliamentary handouts and budgetary allocations that were made, and reporting that was also made in the budget. Put differently, every document that I made mention of and every number that I mentioned is from their own document. That is the budget statement. Now, the calculations that was made is a calculation that was also sourced from the same 2026 budget it did not come from me, Vincent.
Okay.
Under no circumstance did I mention or say any number that was not from the government source book. That is number one. Number two, it is also instructive to note that before the debate that I contributed on the floor of Parliament, I had written a right to information request to the Ministry of Education 3 months before that particular debate that I contributed on. Now, in that 3 months, not even a single response was written to the request that I sent to the Ministry of Education asking for how much the sanitary pad was costing. Not even in a response. Now, Moro, the question that I want to ask is, if the Ministry of Education thinks that the figures that they themselves have put in the budget statement is wrong, can a Vincent produce the document if, by way of an RTI, I am refused to be given the figure that they are saying that they bought the sanitary pads for? So, in the budget statement, it is clear to state that a cost of a sanitary pad was costing more than 40 Ghana cedis. Now they are saying that it is even 25 Ghana cedis. Go and check the Ministry of Finance social media wall when they claim that for now or currently a sanitary pad is 15 Ghana cedis. This is also not from me, Vincent. This is from Assafuah. When he states that sanitary pad is costing 15 Ghana cedis, just a month or two later, he comes to Parliament, and now in the budgetary statement, they are now telling us that a sanitary pad is costing 42 Ghana cedis or 45 Ghana cedis, assuming without admitting that their own figure that they are now telling us, that is Clement Apaak is saying that it is now 25 cedis or 24 cedis. Why was the finance minister telling the people of Ghana that the sanitary pad is now 15 Ghana cedis and you go and buy it in bulk purchase? Okay? Over 12 million parts, you go and buy it for 25 Ghana cedis, and you are telling us that it is not questionable? Number three, the local manufacturers in this country came to me, produced evidence, produced documents when they tendered for this contract. And in fact, this document I made available when I was having my press conference on the floor of Parliament, that these are the documents, these are the tender documents, these are people who even tendered for as low as 20 Ghana cedis. And I have the tender documents with me here. When I'm done, I'll share them with you. The local manufacturers here in Tema tendered for this contract for 20 Ghana cedis, and they did not win. They did not get the contract. That is the source of worry. So if anybody tells you that the allegations that I am making, which allegation is based on the documents that was given to us by government itself, the onus now lies on government, Dr. Apaak and the Ministry of Education, to now produce a counter evidence to show that indeed what they themselves put in the budget is not true. It does not lie on Sly. It does not lie on me to produce that document, especially when they have refused the RTI. The only source document that we can rely on is the budget statement, which is an official document that has been presented to the people of Ghana through the people's representatives.
All right.
So if anybody sits on your TV and tells you it is lie, or it is a lie, or they are lies, please ignore, because they cannot even provide you with their own document, which, as it were, is at variance with the documents that they themselves presented on the floor of Parliament. If you don't have anything to hide, why don't you let us know how much a sanitary pad is costing based on the one who or those who won this contract, and let us know that indeed it is not the 42 Ghana cedis or the 45 Ghana cedis that you yourself have put in your budgetary statement.
If I understand you, what you're saying is that government had projected in its budget, which is planned to buy these sanitary pads at 40 cedis. That's the point you're making.
No, they have not planned. Let me say, they have not only planned.
Okay.
You see, in the 2026 budget,
yes,
they were also accounting to the people by way of their performance with the 2025 year.
Right.
You understand?
Okay.
So in the 2025, by way of their accounting to the people, they mentioned that based on the total number of sanitary pads that they have bought, and how much was allocated and how much they have spent.
Okay.
And these are their own words, not me.
Right.
In that document, in that 2026 budget statement, they are saying that they bought the pad for 42 or 45 Ghana cedis. That is not me.
Right. Right. Now,
that is the Ministry of Education and the government and Assafuah and telling us.
That's fine. But at the time the sanitary pads were bought for 42 cedis, did you bother to find out how much sanitary pads were being sold at the time?
I had done my own check, but even forget about what I did.
Okay.
Because they will say that I'm lying. That is why I'm referring you back to the social media walls of the Ministry of Finance.
Okay.
Assafuah came to Parliament to come and tell the people of Ghana that today, because of the better management of the economy, sanitary pad is now 15 Ghana cedis. That is not me.
Yes, but I'm saying that I'm talking about the time differences. So at the time that the finance minister was
in fact, at the time, the inflation had even reduced. At the time, they were even saying that it should even be less than the 15 Ghana cedis. So I am even granting them a better price. Let us use the price that they themselves had put on their social media wall.
Okay.
Let us use the price that Assafuah came to Parliament to tell themselves that because of better economic management, sanitary pad is now 15 Ghana cedis. And I am suggesting, I'm submitting to you that if you tell the people of Ghana that sanitary pad is 15 Ghana cedis, how then do you now come back to us a month later to tell us that when you were purchasing in bulk, when you know that economies of scale will even affect the price, when you know that economies of scale will let the prices be even lower than you going to a shop to go and buy one.
All right.
And I made this calculation that, in fact, if you speak to these local manufacturers and even outside, the sanitary pad, which is of low quality, because go and check what they gave to the students, it is of low quality.
Okay.
That you can even buy for like 7 or 8 Ghana
That's
cedis.
fine. Let's get some explanation from your very good friend, Dr. Clement Apaak. Anyway, Vincent, thank you. You've raised legitimate questions. I'm sure that it's only fair that we ask Dr. Clement Apaak to explain to us what accounts for the discrepancy. So 15, the finance minister says sanitary pads have been sold for 15 cedis, and yet in the same budget, they bought sanitary pads for 42 cedis. So what accounts for the difference? Anyway, so Doc, are you with this? Are you with us? Sorry. Okay, Doc, good morning.
Yeah, Moro, good morning to you and to your panelists, especially my good sister Shamima. Ansmawa. I just like to.
I've sent you a text. When you finish, respond.
Very well. If you want the money to speak, that's
long time. I hope you're. So, Vincent says he doesn't understand why, in one breath, you've stated in the budget that you bought sanitary pads for 42 cedis. Then, in another breath, the finance minister who read the budget says sanitary pads are supposed to cost him 15 cedis. So, what accounts for the discrepancy? He suspects some act of corruption. How do you explain this?
The MPP, since going into opposition, has struggled to try and find what looks like a scandal in an attempt to impugn the good governance that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and the NDC have restored. This was one of such attempts, and it has failed miserably. I am the Deputy Minister for Education. I speak on authority because I have been part of the procurement processes. Given that I chair the ETC, which is the Entity Tender Committee, I state on authority that at no time did the ministry procure sanitary pads at 44 or 45 Ghana cedis. It never happened. In the 2025 budget, we had allocated 292 million Ghana cedis to procure some 12,208,340 packs of sanitary pads. Remember that the processes didn't start as soon as His Excellency was sworn into office. Also remember the time the budget itself was passed. So when we started the process after the launch of the policy, the first batch that we put in place processes to procure were 6,607,095 packs. Now it is this that was captured in the budget. And because the budget had also stated the total amount allocated, Vincent Assafuah and his colleagues did what the Minister for Education, Haruna Idrisu, described as shop bar arithmetic. They simply just took the 292 million Ghana cedis and divided that by 6,607,095 packs, and they got the resultant erroneous figure. So, point to be made is this: the second batch was being procured when the budget was prepared. So logically, that could not have been included in the budget because it wasn't completed. But as I speak to you, the full total of 12,208,340 sanitary pads have been procured and distributed. Now, in the procurement processes, we were given specific instructions to procure from local manufacturers. That was strictly adhered to. They claim that the sanitary pads were procured at 45 Ghana cedis. Has been debunked. If you look at the total number and divide that by the 292 million Ghana cedis. But to add to this, we made it part of the process that those who were going to win the bids competitively, as it was, to procure and supply these parts, were going to supply the parts inclusive of the cost of transportation. So there was no different allocation for transport outside of what we had calculated as the unit price. Moro, you and I know that Ghana is a vast country. So you have where I come from, the Upper East region, where I'll be going later today to prepare to receive people like you to help me mourn my late pastor, Father John Azundem Apaak. We have Upper West region, where Shamima comes from. We have Northeast, where Dr. Baumia comes from. So the arrangement was that those who had won bids to supply to these distant locations far away from the manufacturers, who were largely here in the national capital, they were given a unique pack price, and a pack has 12 pieces of 24 Ghana cedis. That is the high end, and that includes the cost of transportation. Okay. Now, those who were to supply schools in Greater Accra, Eastern, and even Ashanti, they were given a unit pack price of between 18 and 20 Ghana cedis. So Accra, for example, those who won the bids to supply in Greater Accra, their unit price per pack was 18 Ghana cedis. And then Central, Western, North, and the others was 20 Ghana cedis. So there was no way, it has never happened, it will never happen. And look, the minister had authorized the bureaucrats in the ministry to furnish anyone who had put in a request through the RTI for documentation regarding the processes to do with the procurement and supply of sanitary pads. The multimedia group of companies also put in a request. And I know that that has been duly honored.
Okay.
So if Vincent says that he put in a request and has not been honored, I don't know who he wrote his letter to. He may have to send it to me, and I'll make sure that this information that I am providing is made available to him. Nothing fishy happened. Nothing crooked happened. Everything was done above board. We would maintain integrity. We would do due diligence, and we would maintain an open and an accountable governance system as promised by His Excellency.
Okay.
And these are the facts of the matter.
All right.
The minister had cause to challenge Vincent on the floor of Parliament on the very same day that he made this outrageous claim. That was when minister referred to his arithmetic as chop bar arithmetic. They continue to push this false narrative. The minister calls me to address the media in Parliament. On the floor of the same Parliament, their deputy majority leader also sought to repeat the same lie. Fortunately, I was there and I confronted her with the facts. So this issue is settled. Nobody procured and supplied sanitary pads at 40 Ghana cedis, 45 Ghana cedis. The high end, based on distance, was 24 Ghana cedis, and those that were closer to the sources was 18 Ghana cedis. These are the facts.
I need clarity. Were all these sanitary pads procured locally or they were imported?
We were given instructions to procure them locally, and that is what we did.
Okay.
If Vincent had a contractual agreement with some other producers locally who did not get the opportunity, perhaps because their bids were not competitive or they had no records, he should say it and stop making excuses.
All right. And Doc, you have all the necessary documentations to back everything you've told us this morning, because I'll be coming to you.
You can be assured of that.
All right.
I speak as a vandal. Our motto is truth stands.
Okay. Doc, now
and
go
so
there,
is the minister, and so is the president.
Okay. Doc, now go there, Kware. Have a...
Now go there, Abuchi.
Okay, Shidi, have a good day. Have a good day, sir. Thank you. That's the doctor. I think it's self-explanatory.
I'm not PENDREAM TV. Now, so far so good. Say open online portal lewo Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.